This is the Hidden Killers podcast with Tony Brueski,
featuring retired FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffindaffer.
Having a pen pal, it's something I think a lot of people don't even know exactly what it is anymore. It's where you communicate via, a letter, writing back and forth to folks. In prison, it's quite common to have one that's accused of being a major serial killer communicating with another one who has been convicted of being a major serial killer. It's kind of an odd mix. It very rarely happens, but it's happening, and probably not a good optic. But at this point, I'm kind of wondering if they even care. Keith Jesperson, the happy face killer, communicating with alleged Long Island serial killer Rex Heuermann in prison. The letters filled with all sorts of interesting observations, from who has the best butter to how to handle the case going forward. Here to discuss, Jennifer Coffindaffer, retired FBI Special Agent. Have you ever seen a letter like this before?
No, I haven't seen a letter like this. And it just gives me great pause with Rex Heuermann. What is he thinking? Almost kind of asking for some mentorship from a fellow. He's not convicted yet. Yeah. He's only accused. I want to make that clear. But from a possible fellow serial killer. It's just really something. And then I love the advice given, basically just fess up. I mean, I want to see if Rex Heuermann takes the advice.
I do too. I thought it was really interesting that, because the way that this happened was Happy Face Killer sent the letter to Rex. Rex, in his response, was very excited about it. Almost like he just got a letter from Santa or something saying, thank you. I think it was like 4 or 5 thank yous in the letter just for reaching out. Also stating that many others have been reaching out to communicate as well, but he's not going to talk to any of them. Only Happy Face. Of all the people to communicate with and respond to, why? I mean, is this just, it kind of, to me, felt like he's into the corner, he's done, and why not get advice from someone who's been in his shoes before? Stating in there, I'm taking it to heart, literally. That's the words that were used in response to Jesperson's advice to just admit guilt if he's guilty and let the legal process do what it's going to do and don't make it worse than it has to be.
Right. And it's actually, when I first read it, I thought, what great advice.
Sure.
I think the advice is sound. And obviously, Rex Heuermann relates to the Happy Face Killer. Mm-hmm. So that feeling of having somebody to talk to that I think possibly, they did walk into in the same shoes. This makes it pretty clear that he's relieved that somebody's reaching out to him to maybe give him some advice. And I just think I would be using this if I was the prosecutor. This might be one of my opening statement issues, just waiving these communications and saying, who would do this if he were innocent?
Yeah, well, exactly. Who would respond the way that Rex did respond? I'm wondering how much of this was at the urging of Jesperson's daughter. She's the one who reached out to Asa Elrup initially, setting up the GoFundMe campaign for her family to try and recoup costs and such, and attorney fees or whatever fees that they're dealing with. I'm wondering if there was some talk there, if she said to her dad in prison, saying, hey, maybe encourage him to do this for the sake of everyone in this family. But I don't know. I found it odd that you have the daughter reaching out to his wife, and then you have literally the father reaching out to Rex.
No, I agree. And, she is one of the true advocates because she does so much behind the scenes. She's not pasted all over the media. What she's about is truly, I think, trying to help these situations as much as they can be helped and help the victims that are involved. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if she communicated and asked for such a letter to be sent. That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. What's in it for Jesperson? Anything? Or obviously he's getting some attention, and they certainly like that. But is this literally one of those rare cases where the serial killer is actually trying to do some good in a weird way from behind bars?
I'm going to go with choice A, Tony. I don't think that, he's having some moments of compassion and empathy and good guy. No, he could be, though, doing something for his daughter, possibly, trying to do something that she's recommended. But at the end of the day, typically, it's always about their aggrandizement. So, see, look what I did. I'm trying to help another fellow serial killer take the right route and also admit their guilt like I did.
Want to listen ad-free? Want advanced access to all of our interviews before anyone else?
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
You get every episode commercial-free.
So you can binge on true crime
until you can binge no more.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts now, or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
More of the Hidden Killers podcast next.